Hey, Dan, what do you think of the uptick in splitter usage in the league over the last few years, especially with, Logan's had a lot of success with it. Savage, of course, one of his big pitches.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about the split the last time, but, it's obviously a pitch that, is it's an unknown in terms of the break, and it's a pitch that can act like a knuckleball. We've talked about that, and so with that in mind, it's a pitch that can be really difficult to hit, and certainly the guys that have mastered the split. You look at Gausman and his ability to throw it, and if you can throw it at the bottom of the zone, really a tough pitch to get into the air. It's a lot of ground balls. You get the double plays when you need it from the split. So, and if you can throw it strike the ball, it's a lot of a swing and miss as well. So, I think just the unpredictability of it, what it does for you in terms of keeping the ball on the ground, keeping it out of the air, it's just been an effective pitch. And as guys see that around the league, then that's what they start to do themselves. So, it's a tough pitch.
Stay on the left with Ryan.
Dan, what do you like about Canzone over Robles in right field, and would we see Victor as a defensive replacement late?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a luxury of being able to match up a little bit. And Savage does, he has with the split is can be tough on lefties. We think, the way Dom has swung the bat, that he's got a good opportunity against Savage. But yes, obviously late in the game, you don't know what's going to happen. Vic with his speed, his ability on the bases can also be a guy that can come in and run for you, but also can play out in in right field on defense late in the game as well. So that's what we're seeing at the moment, and that's how we've got the lineup set today.
Go straight back in the middle, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Just wondering if you're keeping any tabs on your players' emotions going into a game that can be historical for your organization.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I think the feeling in the clubhouse is good. I think we've said all along that there's a lot of work to be done, and there's more work to be done, and that's the message. And these guys are well aware of that. And obviously a big win coming out of Seattle there earlier. The feeling just continues to be, whether it was at the workout yesterday, it's just work to be done, more work to be done, and so I think they're in a great frame of mind. They're focused, and they're ready to go, and that's what you want. I don't think it's easy this time of year to get distracted by a lot of the outside noise, but these guys have done a really good job on the whole of staying focused on the task at hand, and that's where they're continuing to keep their focus.
We'll stay in the middle and the back.
And then, given all that's happened in this postseason, how much stock, if any, do you put in the idea of one team holding momentum over the other, or is every game just a discrete event?
I think each game is discrete. I think emotion, momentum, you call it what you want, does play a big role in the postseason for sure. But each game, presents its own challenges, its own differences. I think in terms of that, you treat each game differently. And, I think it's kind of played out that way in this series. But obviously emotion and momentum is definitely a factor.
We'll go on the right, Curtis.
Dan, Leo didn't get back with you guys until the start of September, and he's had some big moments for you. The defensive play the other day, the hit in Game 5, obviously. What is it about him after so long in the minors that's allowed him to kind of jump into this moment, not be shy of it, and be able to contribute for you guys on this stage?
Yeah, I think the thing for Leo is that, he's very secure with his identity as a player. We talk a lot about identity, and Leo is so comfortable with who he is, and a great defensive player. We've seen that from him, but a guy who just puts up a really difficult at bat and a tough at bat, and he's a tough out, and I think we've seen that play out over the playoffs as well. And when he came back, I think that's what he continued to show us, and in his opportunities to play, and as he's gotten opportunities here in the postseason, I think the story has been the same. And that's what you want from all our guys. Tough at bats, grind them out. Be a guy that can find your way on base, and then when you're in the field, be defensive and make the plays. And we've seen Leo do all of that. So it's been nice to have him in the lineup.
We'll go in the front on your left, Dan.
Dan, how did Brian come out of the relief outing the other day, and what do you kind of envision his role will be over the rest of this series?
Yeah, I think he came out pretty well. Yesterday, I think, as he mentioned, just kind of general soreness, and which is good. And today, we'll get a chance to get out there again and play some catch and see how he feels. And, I think as you look at games 6 and 7, if there is a 7, game 6, certainly tonight is – we're going to find out who's available and who's ready to go and who might be, in the bullpen at times. So we'll be finding that out here as we get guys in on the field and get loose for tonight.
Go in the middle on the left, Jordan.
Dan, what did you see from Logan in his last time out, and what do you need to see early in this outing to kind of know he's feeling good?
Yeah, I mean, I think last time out was a little bit of uncharted waters for him, just because of the relief outing for us in the Detroit series. So tonight, you kind of look for him to be a little bit more settled and back into his regular routine of sorts. They were able to put a lot of pitches on him early. He got into some early trouble, in that first inning, and they were able to get to him a little bit. So I think just kind of getting off the blocks in a good way, I think, is going to be key for Logan tonight, and that's kind of what we'll be watching.
Stay in the left and the back, Tyler.
When Logan is at his best, what makes him so hard to hit?
It's we talk about, ironically, it's the split, it's his secondaries and how they work with his fastball. And when he can locate that fastball, where he wants to put that, and then you throw in the sweeper or slider and the split. He's a tough matchup, and when he is on and he's able to locate those secondaries, it makes his fastball better, and when he can locate that fastball, it makes his secondaries better, and they kind of play off of each other. So that's what makes Logan so difficult, and a lot of swing and miss there. I think that the split is a big reason why he can throw that thing at the bottom and break it out of the zone where there's just not a lot of contact to be made. So if that split is on, that's when he's at his best.
Go on the far left, Rick.
Danny, in that ball game, the biggest outs of that game was Cal Raleigh's 2-3 double play. Number one, how do you make that play, and did you have a flashback? The only other time it's been done in postseason play was you and John Olerud back in 2000.
Yeah, I had no recollection of that, honestly, which is crazy. But, I think that's just a heads-up play, and I think, what we've seen from Cal behind the plate all season long has been that. But when you get that play out in front of the plate, you really want to pounce on it. You don't want that thing to roll foul because it's an easy out to step on the plate and be able to get the double play at first base. So I thought that was just a great heads-up play by Cal and made a nice play, and it got us out of a pretty big jam.
Go to Ryan on the left.
Dan, you spent a lot of your career prior to working with catchers throughout the organization. I just was wondering your thoughts on the passing of Jesus Montero and your thoughts on him.
Yeah, obviously, thoughts and prayers are with the family, and it's obviously a sad moment. You always hate to hear that, and especially someone so young. And so just, thoughts and prayers are with he and his family.
Go in the middle, back.
We were talking about momentum. Are you seeing any parallels to when you guys came in here from game 1 off of the other biggest game in postseason history for your team, after the 15-inning game, then you're coming in here after the game you guys just had? Are you feeling any parallels to like the way you guys are feeling?
I think as we've talked about a little bit earlier, each game is so different, I think, yes, we are coming off of an emotional game the other night, but, again, with the attitude that we have that there's more work to be done, I think we come in here, a little bit differently as well. So, again, each game presents its own challenges, and I think our guys are focused and ready to go on what's in front of us tonight.
Go to the second row in the middle.
The Mariners fans traveled well last weekend. They were here cheering on the team. What's your message to them on the cusp of history, maybe?
Yeah, the fans have been the faithful. They've supported us all along, and I think the idea again that we just have to keep our minds focused on what we have in front of us, but we're grateful for the support that they've given us all season long, and you can't do it without them, and we're hoping to bring this home.
Go in the fourth row right in front of you, Gabe.
Regular season success doesn't always correlate to the postseason. What is it about Cal beyond the skill set that you think really has enabled him to just kind of keep going in a sense from what he's done over this last season?
Yeah, I think he has, I think you can watch a player grow up in the game and see them gain their confidence as they go. I think he's gained a ton of confidence, and you see that in a lot of different ways. You see it in his play on the field. You see it in his leadership in the clubhouse, his leadership with the pitching staff, and how he handles pitchers during the game. I mean, it's just, his all parts of his game have really grown, and you can't say enough about the job that he has done, both from a physical standpoint, just with his skill, his tools, what he's done on the field for us, but even the intangibles and the things off the field. And again, he's done it with a lot of humility, and he's done it because he wants to win and help this team win. And that's been definitely a momentum builder for us throughout the team. It's just that quest and that push and desire to win games.
Go straight in the back, right in front of you.
Always, Gabe Spire is a precious asset for your team as a lefty in the bullpen since the start of the playoffs.
Yeah, Gabe's had just an outstanding season from beginning to end, and for a big chunk of the season was really our only left-hander in the bullpen. So, he had to carry a lot, and at the trade deadline, able to pick up Caleb Ferguson, who kind of shouldered some of the load. But Gabe obviously looms large in a series like this. They've got a lot of left-handed hitters who are difficult, and being able to match them up at times with Gabe is important. And he has seemingly delivered every time, and has been a huge part of our bullpen coming out of there.
Going in the front, Mike.
Yeah, Dan, Gino obviously had massive swings in the last game, and he had been scuffling for a while prior to that, but someone who, when he gets hot, he gets really hot, and he can sustain that. How much can something like that matter for a guy specifically like Gino?
I think, we talk about how emotion plays a big part in the postseason, and confidence is a big part of the postseason as well. And you hope with all our guys, when with success comes more confidence, and you hope that continues to carry over as we go. And Gino with just an absolutely huge game, and to see that, he's a veteran guy. He understands, how that can play into this next game tonight, and just really hoping that he continues to do what he has done. Those swings were huge, and I think again it comes back to focus and where he's at, and knowing what went into those swings, and just continuing to take that same approach as he goes to the plate tonight.
Go on your left in the middle, Jordan.
Dan, what have you observed with the relationship between Cal and Logan, not just since you've been manager, but even being around the organization before then?
Yeah, I think it's as close to brothers as you can come. They kind of, when you look at two guys who've come up together in the organization and competed a lot together in the minor leagues, and then getting a chance now to compete together in the big leagues and experience playoffs, together in the big leagues. I mean, they've done it all together, and it's pretty cool to see. I think they know each other pretty well. They know how to press each other's buttons, which is it was just kind of funny at times. But I think both of them respect one another tremendously, and I think that that the relationship that they have it goes deep, and you love to see that from your battery, especially in a big game like this.
We'll go one more right in the middle, Aaron.
Dan, you've been asked about parallels between games, but you were in a similar situation in Game 4 in Detroit. What do you think your team learned from that experience? Obviously, having a lead early in that game, also in a game that you have a chance to close it out, but weren't able to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, again, these games take on a mind of their own, but certainly you can learn from them. And tonight, I think our focus. I don't think it changes from what it's been, and that has been, we're gonna play hard from 1 to 9 and 1 through 9, and that's what it's all about, and that's really what these guys have done, all season long. And we talk about the fight that they have, the resiliency that they have. Sometimes that resiliency has to happen within the game, and not just from game to game. So, we'll just see how tonight plays out. But I know these guys will be focused. I know these guys will be prepared, and they'll be ready to fight.
Edward, you're kind of always getting loose in a game early, even though it looks like sometimes they haven't told you to get loose. Is that just you always wanting to be ready, or does it take you kind of a long time to get loose once you get going?
No, that is like my routine. I try to prepare myself for sometime happy injury or something like that. And I just getting ready when they call. I'm going to be like, sometimes it's going to be fast, and I almost lose and getting ready to go to the game.
Go straight in the middle.
Talk to me about your shirt and why you think that, and give me your best pitch for why you think that he's the MVP.
This guy got amazing year. He got like 4 years in the big league, but that is the most impressive this year, and that is the MVP because make 60 homers is gonna be hard, and this guy working every day to try to do it, and that is the best for me for calling every day working to do that, and he made that this year. Like that is amazing what he do this year for me.
Go straight back in the middle.
When you're in a roller coaster series like this, how long do you think momentum lasts? Is it a few innings, a single game, or can it go from the other night to tonight?
For me, like every game represent like how important is gonna be this, and today is like for us it's the most important because we are one game left to go to the World Series, and that is the most important to try to go out to do the job, and that's what we try to do.
Going left to Dan.
Eduard, you pitched in all 5 games of the Tigers series, as expected, I'm sure. What have you learned about the workload demands of pitching in the postseason, being ready every single day?
Yeah, the most important is gonna be like try to throw not too many pitches to get like try to be fresh for the next couple of days, and that was like it's gonna be more experience for me. Like next year, we try to go to the playoff. I understand how that works, and that is like for me was perfect because it was my first time in postseason, and that helped me to get more experience in the postseason too.
Go in the back left, Tyler.
Eduard, you've been in the game for a while now. This is a real breakout year for you. What have you been able to discover or do this year? What have the Mariners helped you to do to have this kind of season?
The opportunity what they give you to me this year that helped me to be like consistent, and like that helped me to get a good year because I never get back to the minor league, and I stay like all year here, and that put me like a good situation to be consistent, and they use me in a lot of spots, and I learned about that like get ready to throw in tight game but open game too, and doesn't matter if the game tight or open, I'm gonna be there like a loose to try to get to the game. No, I just work it the same with my sinker and slider, and yeah, I try to attack the sound, attack the hitter. That helped me to make the inning quick.
Go to Jordan on the left.
Can you talk about your experience in the Venezuelan Winter League and how that has maybe helped prepare you for success in the major leagues?
Yeah, that's what I told. Winter ball helped me like when I came back to USA. I'm loose, I'm ready to go because when I get like I didn't throw for a long time, my shoulder getting tightness, and I need to start to like start again to getting loose and everything. That's what I play with ball, and with ball him helped me a lot to getting ready to USA.